Alright guys, life has been lifing lately to say the least. Get ready with me while I give y'all an update on what's been going on. Today's drink is the Celsius Playa Vibe. This is so good. Okay, so where do I start? So, I'm currently in the process of moving, right? On top of that, I also have been sick the past couple of days. I'm looking for places, and I started my period. So we just have a whole lot of stressors happening right now. So I've been trying my best to just stay chill about everything and not, let all of the little things that really don't matter get to me. But we've been going through it, and I was cramping really bad this morning. Also, forgot to mention, I slept in till 1 p.m. today, which never happens. I'm usually always up by 8 a.m. at the latest, typically. Maybe 9 at the latest, but I'm usually up by 8 a.m. most days because I'm used to waking up at 7:30 every day for work. I feel like I use too much. This is a little base for under your makeup, by the way. Okay, so I woke up at 1 p.m., which throws me off if I wake up super late because I'm not expecting to ever sleep in till 1 p.m. And then I was cramping really bad, so I had to go take some medicine. And then got my heating pad to struggle through the pain. And then I've also been sick, so I've been super congested and everything. So I'm already struggling to breathe, cramping, just a combination that I would not wish on my worst enemies. So I also have been not working because of that, just not feeling the best. I obviously don't want to have to go work sick. And I work with kids, so I'm I also don't want to get kids and my coworkers sick, So I'm in bed cramping till I guess 3 p.m. And then I finally decide, okay, I guess we'll go ahead and get up. So I shower, wash my hair, and here we are now. But that's been my life recently. So now let me give y'all an update about my living situation, which no one asked for, but I'm gonna share anyways. So I have been staying with my dad for on and off for the past 5-6-ish years. I say on and off because I moved out at some point and then moved back. Basically, I've had very kind of on and off job situations happening. So I worked in Atlanta for a little bit and then moved back. And then my dad basically got remarried and moved. So basically my dad was like, oh, I'm moving and I need you to be moved out. He moved an hour and a half away. Mind you, I work where I've been working here. I'm I don't want to have to, I liked my job. I'm I don't want to have to try to get another job and move and start all over again. So I was well, I need some time, yada, yada, yada. So my dad's been moved out for a couple of months basically, and I've just been still here figuring out my living situation. And my dad basically just wants to sell his house at this point. Originally he was I could rent it to you, but you would need roommates because he's renting it at a price that I just couldn't afford. So I was okay, I'll try to find roommates. So I have been looking for roommates for a bit, and then my dad informs me, well, actually, I'm just going to rent the house out now, and you just need to be moved out by XYZ time. And long story short, I was I'm not going to be ready to move out in that time. So I had told my mom about what was going on, and she was oh, well, it's not fair that, your dad's kicking you out on shorter notice, which I honestly think too there was some other circumstances that I made it more difficult for myself. But in reality, it was just like I knew I didn't have enough saved, like I couldn't really afford to move anywhere, and like I still had kind of unstable job situation. So basically, my mom convinces my dad to sell his house so that I can continue staying here, paying her rent, and she would like figure out like a more beneficial situation. And then after my dad has sold my mom the house, my mom basically decides, well, actually, I'd rather rent the house out for more money. So my mom's basically like, I need you moved out sooner, as soon as possible, so that she can start renting the house for like a more profitable amount of money, which I understand. Like, my mom invested a bunch of money into the house and she wants to make her money back sooner rather than later. But now I'm essentially right back in the same position I was with my dad. So I have about 2,000 saved right now. My goal was to have at least 5,000 saved before I moved out, just because I wanted to make sure I had at least 3 months rent saved, plus like extra for like moving cost and other things. So me and my mom have been touring some apartments, and basically I just have not really been liking most of the apartments I've seen. So I'm torn between a rock and a hard place right now, because I have such a limited budget, and I also am not liking, like, most of the places that I can afford are just not the best quality, to say the least, apartments I would want. So I'm trying to stay positive about everything, but I'm honestly losing hope and losing faith that I'm gonna find a decent place that is affordable anytime soon. And my mom would have to help by either co-signing with the place still, because some places now want you to make 4 times the rent. So that has been my situation for the past month or so, and yeah, hopefully I have an update soon. But yeah, there's my makeup. Mwah. Okay, here is my hair and makeup and my outfit.